back? The last comment I saw was, I have a new name and it's called Frozen. Because my lives, and I have so many bars going on right now, you guys. I'm back, we're back. Great, fantastic. I have so many bars right now. I have no idea. That was hilarious. My new name, Frozen, right? Wow. Frozen. Would I want to be frozen? Frozen in time, perhaps, because I'm always gonna look this marvelous. Oh man. So I was telling you guys, I don't know, what was the last thing you heard? I was telling you about a book and how the guy in the book, it's a great audiobook on YouTube, he has this journey with angels. Marvelous. We're all looking marvelous, darling. Marvelous. Thank you. I'm feeling more marvelous now that I feel more clear that I've been talking with you guys. For a moment there, I kind of had this moment of, should I be driving today even? Maybe not. Maybe it's a time to hunker down and be in the womb. Be in my room in the womb. So, yes, we were talking about path and dancing like Apple commercials. Yes, so I do that all the time. I take the path less traveled, and sometimes it's challenging and I balance on things. Sometimes you balance on things. It's one foot, then the other. Where do we go next? Sometimes there's no time to actually ask that question and we just have to move, right? Like when you're going across the river and you've got the rocks and then you're on a rock and you're like, and I have to keep going. And your soul self just takes you away exactly on those rocks so that you don't drop into the water, right? That's what happens. Jay wants a 2-hour live. Jay, I am so glad that you're digging the vibe, even in my car, even without the music and the tones in the background. The tones are in my voice. So even if I'm not playing a frequency on a computer in the background, the tones are here with us. Where do you feel the tones? I'm just curious. Where do you feel them when you scan from top to bottom? What area of your body do you feel the tones? Can you guys tell me? Because we're all on this journey and we have to learn how we're going to connect with our clear senses. Right? Mainly in your head. Okay. Your throat. Jay says his throat. Marvelous. Yeah, there's definitely a co-creation going on. Can I feel it? Let's see. My own voice. If I keep talking, where do I feel? I feel it in the head, like in the third eye area. I'm feeling it behind as well, so it's possible the pineal gland, pineal gland is activating while I talk. Yeah, there's something with the sight as well. Heart and womb. So we are connecting with all of those right now. Yes. And obviously the throat, because the throat clearing that keeps happening. Tones hitting the heart chakra too. Okay, fantastic, because that's what we're here for. I'm here for you to help you explore those clear senses and to continue opening up that heart. You know, you can be very loving and still have a closed heart. Did you know? It does happen. And it happens a lot of the time because of different wounds that have occurred. It's like a protection mechanism that happens. So when you're connecting with love, me, and love you and heart, you're connecting on a totally different level. And like the rose that is right here, it's an unfurling, it's an opening. You know, anytime we see that time-lapse photography where the plant, I love those, where they're like seeded and they just, get to see them grow and push up through the ground and just like sprout. That's you. That's what we're seeding right now. The earth has been seeded many times. Galactically, it's been seeded again through different Buddhas and ascended masters that lived on earth. We got Magdalene, we got Buddha, we got Kuan Yin, we got Sunat Kumara. We have all these different ascended masters, these different Buddhas that kind of led the way. They were the way of the heart. This came up in a meditation group where I was letting people know, as we were talking about a poem, like the way of the heart. The warrior that goes in, but doesn't go in with they might have their sword and their shield and their armor, you know, on them, but they're not going in half-cocked. You know, this is for men and women alike. Don't go in half-cocked. Pause, breathe, pay attention to your path. Where are you putting your feet? Where's the next stone? Here's the mountain, here's the peak. There's where you're headed. See the rainbow light? These are rainbow light codes. I want you to take a deep breath from your belly and just breathe that in. Being and playing in the rain yesterday was wonderful. It didn't quite happen like I thought it would happen, but the great thing about rain is there's always that opportunity to have like it rain enough to have big puddles, right? I put my face in the rain. The rain cleanses us, washes away. You can almost think of it as a baptism into the new you. Fun fact, recently I found out through my research of the Essenes that John the Baptist, who was actually known as John of the Waters, I believe, originally, was a person that would go ahead of Yeshua to make sure that there was safe passage and a safe place for everybody to meet as he taught the way of the heart, which is pretty cool, right? He had his own like man, like bodyguard man going forward, making sure everything was good to go. So who do we have that goes before us? We have the ability of our intuition, our clear senses, to tap into our heart as we move forward and we make decisions, right? We are projecting our own soul and even possibly looking in the mirror and saying like, soul, I am presence, soul essence, that thing you are, that all spark, guide me in my day today. Take the wheel. I'm this vehicle. Take the wheel. Go ahead and drive. I'm going to be in the passenger seat. What's that going to be like, right? You get to actually see the view, right? You're not doing, you're being when you're getting to sit there and letting that spark drive. I would say travel, because yes, I'm going to say travel because I'm big on my words. So this gonna travel your car, right? Gonna take you where you need to go. If you pay attention and you get still and you ever have a day, try and have a day this week. One day where you have no plan and you feel into your heart and you're like, you do something that you're gonna completely you wouldn't normally do. Maybe you go through your routine, you do this, you do that, have coffee, etc. What if you don't? What if you get in your car and you ask yourself, what do I need right now? If that is, I'm hungry, you go take yourself out to breakfast. And then you be present with your breakfast, your food. You're not scrolling on your phone. Although you might come see me at 11:11, right? Wear those little earbuds. Or don't. You don't. And you're like, wow, I feel like driving. You know what? I've seen this place before. I think I'm actually going to turn in here. Maybe it's a store. Maybe it's a shop. Maybe you're walking around and you're just connecting with the items. Maybe it's like many times I've gone down the road and been like, the mountains are right there in Colorado. And I was like, I feel like I should just keep going. And I have. And then sometimes I've picked up hitchhikers and I've given them a ride. And we found out that they also had a spiritual connection. It was pretty amazing. So why rewatch the other ones? You know, I would feel into them. I would say, look into my other YouTubes and feel into, you could look at the thumbnail and just see if like one, there might be one that you're like, and this one, I don't know why, but this one. Because that's what we're talking about. Having the lead go in front of you and just be like, and I'm going to listen to this one today. Maybe you don't want to listen to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't have time for that because this is like an hour long, which is probably why this is like frozen, guys, by the way. Throat chakra is probably because the universe is like, let's make these into small segments, right? Because they're getting a little long for you, love, for probably other people. So yes, take the path less traveled. Get on the path, get off the path, dance on the path. That's what we're being asked to do. Leadership, courage, forge, don't follow. So speaking of forge, I just want to show you one last thing. Let me see if I can get a little closer here. See this? I just designed this yesterday. And for me, this is the sacred holy womb. So I designed a pendant. I've never designed my own pendant before. This is the sacred holy womb for men or for women. It works both. I have two versions actually. So a different day I'll show you the other version. The other version has the masculine and feminine form, and then has the spiral in it, and the masculine is cupping the feminine, which is a great way because like this is both the masculine and feminine along with the sacred holy womb right here. And then it's just one symbol, right? Kind of like Prince, right? Remember that? We were all like, what? One symbol for everybody. Look, there you go. There comes in that whole thing again about the oneness and the releasing of separation. The other one is the way it is. It's like the masculine is cupping the feminine. And then it's your traditional, you know, where one's a little bigger than the other, taller than the other. And then the sacred holy womb spiral is being held still like this, still within here. We'll see if there'll be a third version. I'm kind of curious. I wanted to make more of these before I travel, at least one other, because I made a like a belly bracelet. Here's a closer look, because you guys are asking. I made a beaded belly bracelet, or bracelet, like a long necklace. They're bigger beads. And I was going to put this on, not this. I was going to put this one on there so that I could have it actually go right at my belly, my womb. So if I wanted to wear it over a shirt, or if I wanted just to wear a belly shirt, it's a little harder now. All the jeans are like up here now. Like we're back in the 80s and the 70s with jeans, so it's almost like not showing your belly. But if someone wanted to wear it while they were sunning themselves, I guess they could. There are girls that do that. Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I'm going to have fun making these as I go forward in the next couple months. I am so glad that we got to have this conversation today. I wasn't sure. I was feeling a little like, wow, I'm getting propane. I'm going and I'm getting my water from the river. I'm preparing to leave. And what is that going to look like for me having to get on here at 11:11? Am I going to be paying at 11:11 for my propane? I even had time to put on my windshield wipers. So, as you can see, there's a balance between those things we must do, our human things, and those other spiritually human things, you know, the new human thing, where we find balance, right? I have not made a ring yet, but you're right. There would be, what would that ring look like, I wonder? That's pretty cool. Yes, and I want to make sure that, so rings, these make great earrings too for women. But yeah, do you guys feel, is this a universal symbol when you feel into it? Or do you feel energetically like I've been kind of asking myself, what form is more in the masculine? We're all meant to flow like this. So, yeah, it'd be great if you guys could tell me, as a masculine, would you wear this? Okay, I'm getting a thumbs up on that. It feels like both. Good. Yeah, I think what I'm also feeling into the double spiral here. There's a Celtic symbol it's reminding me of with the circles. And I put it on this necklace because the other ones that I created, it didn't seem like, I felt like it was too spirally. So this is still the only one of its kind. The rest will be made soon. Kind of looks like an L for love, so it works. Oh, that's kind of neat. Maybe this is my logo symbol. You're right. It does kind of look like an L. That could be my symbol for my wording on my website. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for connecting with me. I'm so glad we got to go through cards and talk through so many different subjects. And yeah, thumbs up, subscribe, share these videos, please. Share them with other people. Be like, she has a couple of them and she's frozen in some and she dances in some and she sings in some and her voice cracks in some. But she really does show up. All right, well, you guys have a fantastic day and I will catch you later. What are you going to do that's kid-like today? Connect with that inner child. Connect with that heart space. Balance on something. Hang from something. Be silly. See you soon. And as always, I am one with you. 12:11.